here, we need to develop a digital library system. So library system generally have books, right? That allows user to manage multiple books. It means in this you will have multiple books and navigating through their content as if they were reading physical book. It means you have to create a library system and you should have multiple books and navigate through its content. It means you need to read it by page, right? Maybe it is online system, just like there is a website, Amazon. I forgot the name. Amazon ebook or Amazon something, right? So it has the Amazon Kindle, right? So this is kind of a Kindle kind of a problem, right? So each book means there is a class of book which will have book ID, unique identifier, which means book ID, just like in a student you have a student ID or your roll number, title of book, and page is a list of string. Each element represents the content of one page. Okay, so it will have list of pages and each page what it will contain, all the details it will have. And last page marker, it means an integer current page indicating which page the reader is currently viewing. It means current page of that book. So these four will become your variables, or you can say properties. Now it will have two functions: turn to the next page and turn to the previous page, right? So if available, then return a message when on the last page, if available, or return a message when on a first page. So I will explain you this. So first of all, whenever you get oops kind of problem, first step is to try to create some class diagram. Class diagram means where we can add all the details, right? So here you can see the details, like it has a book ID, right? A book ID. Increase the size, right? Then what it will have? It will have a title, right? What else it will have? The title, the pages. It will have pages. Okay, and it will have current page. These are the attributes it will have, right? Then after this, it will have some functions like turn the next page, functions of method, or turn previous page, right? I am not saying anything, right? Everything is written here. Turn on to the next page, turn on to previous page, right? So this is going to be my class book, right? This is going to be my class book, right? If I want, I can write here a text. Can I add here text? This is my class book. Okay, let's see the other class. A library should serve as a collection of these books where each book is stored by its unique identifier. Okay, the library must provide functionality to list of books, list of active books, tracks a currently selected book. Okay, add new book to the collection, okay, remove existing book, okay, select or activate one book at a time for reading, okay, display the current active page of the selected book, and turn page forward and backward with checks to ensure reader does not move beyond the first page or last page, right? So these two things I can see, list of pages and list of active books, right? So it is saying list active book, track the currently selected book. So it should not be a list. I think it is only a current active book. No, it is a list. It is a list. It should be a list. Yeah, right. It should be a list because active books can be more than 2 books, right? So okay, let's try to create one more. Let me create now another. Okay, keep the screen. Okay, library, right? Let me create another class, library. Okay, now in this we will have a list of books, right? List of books. Okay, list of books. Right now just like this, list of books and active book. It is also a list, right? Active books, and you can say this books only, right? These are 2 variable it will have. Then add new book, right? Add or remove. Add new book and remove book. What else we have here? Select something there. Select book or display current active page of selected book. Display page, select book, right? And display page, right? Display page. And what else? Then turn pages forward and backward. Yeah, so the same way. Turn next page. So okay, it will have the same. So here instead of turn I am keeping only next page or previous page. Here I am keeping turn next page, turn previous page, right? So this kind of class we need to create. Till now, any doubt, anything that you want to ask? That is a problem statement. That is what my understanding. So first thing is you can create this class diagram. Now
sir, I have one problem here, like this turn next page.
Yeah. Right, absolutely right. But here if you see, they have given this information. So if you want, you can add this, right? So they have given, we are just following its instructions. We are not doing anything. And when we implement, then we see whether we require this or not, right? If not, then we can say to the, if this online test is a machine test, then you have to implement. You have no option. Now suppose this page, this problem is asked you in an technical interview, and he said, okay, implement the class. Now you will implement and he will see you. At that time you can say we don't need this, and you can share your opinion. Otherwise you can't, right? So in machine test, whatever they are saying, you have to do it, right? And if you are in technical interview, then you can ask the cross question to them. Why we have this? We have already have. Your question is valid. The same question is asked by someone else also. I was watching our video, right? So please, yeah. So yeah, you are right at certain extent, right? I'm not saying you are wrong, but they have given you information. You just follow it right now, and we will see how we can do that. Yeah. Any other question? So this is a good way, right? The way I'm saying, right? So what we do generally is, this is called class diagram, right? So these are your class members, and these are your class methods. So these are your members and methods. Now you know everything, right? I don't need to teach you how to do this. So first we will implement a class book, right? Class book. Okay, just keep this name with capital. Okay, tell me one more thing. What kind of relationship is this? It is an inheritance, it is a polymorphism, it is a encapsulation. What it is? What kind of relationship you are seeing here? Right, composition or containership or has a relationship, right? So that is why when I was teaching you has a relationship, I was saying that inheritance is comparatively easier. If you go for if your interview is easier, then they will ask you about the inheritance question in OOP, object oriented programming. But if they really want to check, or if you go for any higher company, then they try to assess your knowledge on containership also, right? So yeah, this is containership or has a relationship. Okay, let's try to create a class. So we know the first step is your def init underscore, right? This is a constructor, right? In this we have book ID, right? What else we have? We have book title, we have what else we have? Pages we have, right? And apart from title, pages, and we have current page, right? So current page I'm not keeping here, right? Because self dot current page will be always 0. Whenever you will create a book, it should always be 0, right? Whenever it starts a book, it should be 0, right? So I'm instead of keeping here, I am keeping this 0, right? Book ID we will get from input, right? Okay, self dot title also I will get from user input, right? Title. Pages is a list. If you read here, pages is a list of a string, right? So again here there is no issue. Self dot pages equals to pages, right? So we have implemented our constructor, right? So I am writing here constructor. Okay, please be on mute, right? I will give you a chance for asking the question, don't worry. Right now we are just I will create a flow, right? Next page, I need to focus on next page and previous page. So this is important. Next page and previous page. What else we have? Next page and previous page only, right? So create a next page and previous page function. Def next page, right? Self. I will write detail here. Right now I am writing this pass, right? Def, okay. Previous page, right? Totally we will write everything here. Right now I am just keeping it pass, right? Okay, so they are saying that a book turn to the next page if available, or return a message when on the last page. So for this I need to check if self dot current page, right? I need to see whether this current page is a return a message when it is on last page. Last page, when it is on last page, it means if it is less than length of self dot pages, if it is less than this, then we can increment the current page. Self dot current page, we will increment it. Increment is plus equals to 1, because suppose initially it is on 0 page, because it is on cover page. When it will open it, it will on first page, then it will increase, right? Every time you will write next page, it will increment that. Else if it is not less than this, it is not less than this, then it will be on last page. Then you can return you are on last page, right? Because if it is less than the length, when it is equal to the length, right, then okay, should I keep the +1 length less than, yeah, less than +1. okay, let's try this, we will see later, right? Okay, similarly they are saying here, read if available or return a message when on the first page, right? It means if self dot current page is greater than 0, right? Greater than 0, then we will do decrement, right? Then we will do decrement. Self dot current page minus equals to 1, because we want to reduce one page, because we are going in a backward direction. Else it means you are on first page. Why? If you are on 0, it means you are on first page, or or you are on cover page, right? You can't go beyond your cover page, right? Or before your cover page, right? Because we don't have their pages, right? So this is what a book class, it might have some issues. Let's first run this and see. Maybe we forgot self or something somewhere. Okay, one more function we can add, display. How can I see what is my current page? Okay, so first try to create a class B book and see this book class I am creating. Okay, so book ID suppose 123, right? And title suppose Python data analysis, right? Now pages, suppose I am giving 4 pages here or 5 pages here, right? String page. Okay, so page 1 cover page, right? And let me just copy this, right? So it will be easier for me. Second page will be in your table of content, TOC, right? Third page will be your introduction, right? I'm just giving, right? Fourth page suppose should be your variables and data type, or simple keep this pandas. Fourth page of pandas, and your fifth page is your numpy, right? This is your Python tutorial or something, right? Okay, great. So you can see this is a list that I have passed. So you can also write this in that way, right? Page 1, page 2, page 3, page 4 and page 5, right? So I have created a book, right? This is book title, book ID, book title, right? And this is your pages. So I now have B is an object, right? So B dot current page, it is 0, right? Now if I will do B dot pages, B dot current page. Current page is your cover page, right? Now if you do next page, B dot next page, right? Now let me again try to see. You can see your next pages page 2 TOC. Now if I again do this one, again do next page, and then I will check what is my current page. It will be page 3. Now what I will do is I will copy this. Instead of next page, I will do previous page. Now what should be the answer? Page 2, because initially on page 3, then we are doing previous page, then it will go to page 2. So I am subtracting it every time, right? In next page I am incrementing it, or here I am decrementing it. So you can see increment hash is for comment, increment, and here I am doing decrement, right? So this is what the way of writing the oops class, and we have written in the same exact way what it was saying, right? This class is done, right? We did some experiment on it. So this is how you can create at least one class, or try to create first simple class. That is what I do. I generally do try to create first simple class, because first I create this class and this class will consume by the library class. So you can create classes which are going to contain a smaller class, create first, then so that okay, I know this is going to consume this, so try to create this first, right? And in interview I was seeing that girl is trying to create first this class, right? So it's up to you, but I will say start with the simple, so because you will get some flow, otherwise, right, it will be difficult for you. Okay, we have created now this class. Now let me try to create another class, right? I'm creating here so that we can see this class. Now library class we need to create. Okay, great. If you see here, we have added all those things. Now in library we need books. Books is going to be a list or dictionary kind of thing. Active books, again it will be the same structure. So a list of books and list of active books. Okay, so list of books, how I will identify this? So identifying will be difficult, right? If I will create a list, then it is very difficult to identify the book. So the simplest way is self.books. I am creating a dictionary. This is an empty dictionary, right? For self.active books, right? This is also a dictionary, right? This is also a dictionary. I am keeping this also a dictionary, and this is also empty. So active books can be multiple books, right? So I am assuming this, right? So in interview or certain technical round, you can ask your, and generally they don't see how exactly you are implementing. They are trying to see your approach in technical rounds, right? Okay, let's move and try with this class, right? These two things we have added. Now we need to add again we need to add these functions: add new book, remove new book, right? So let me copy this instead of writing this, right? It will take too much time, right? So now I have this def now to add this functionality. So how I can add the book? Whenever I will add a book, what I will do is, first of all, I need to add here self, right? This is a class method. So I need to add book into this, right? So self dot add, self dot books. It is a dictionary, right? So dictionary with book ID, so it will, I need to give some input to this. Add add this book, right? And here I need a book ID, so it should be book dot book ID equals to book, right? So this is a whole object of book, and it will identify by this book ID, right? I have given here 1 2 3, right? Same way. So it will add the, so this will become a dictionary. I will show you this dictionary. This dictionary will have a book ID and respective object of book. Instead of till now we have string, list, all these things. Now we have book, right? So this dictionary might look like this. If I explain you, this dictionary look like this. If I go here, this dictionary might look like this. Book ID 1 2 3 and column book. This is object of book, right? This object of book, right? And suppose next one is 1 2 4, then again it will have object of book, right? Object of book will have all the details, right? Like all 3 4 things. These are 3 4 things it will have. Okay, let's move ahead and see what else we can do into this. Just like I am adding, similarly I can delete also, right? So remove existing books by their existing book, right? So we need to check here whether book is existing or not. If you don't want to check, no issue. Just right now we are keeping it simple. Del is a function to delete, not function. Del is a keyword to delete a key value pair, right? Self dot books, from books we are deleting, right? What will delete? We need a book ID for deleting. We need a book ID to delete, right? So here I will pass that book ID, right? So book ID I need input, so self I need to give here, and I need to give book underscore ID. I know this is quite boring, right? I know this, but still, but when you are giving your coding test, you have to do this, right? Sometimes I also feel interviews boring, but you have no other choice. You have to pay your bills, right? So remove book is done. Select book. It should select an active book. Active book means, okay, same way you need to give me a book ID, otherwise I can't. I need a book ID. So how I will select? So self dot, so I need to add this into this list, or I will keep I can only keep this only list also, right? So this you have to decide at runtime, right? What you are going to add, what you are going to remove. So what I will suggest is active books dot append, it is a list. Yeah, so it is difficult that because we are writing self. Just remember in class we are just adding self. Otherwise it is your same coding, right? Book ID. Every time we will update a book ID here so that we know which book is active. So active books will be here. Active books can be more than one. Suppose you have Amazon Kindle, and just like your YouTube, right? Your active videos might you have watched 2-3 times, right? 2-3 times, or maybe active you watched not completed yet. It means you have watched it half. So you will see all your active videos list. Similarly, it will have active book list which are not completed. Just like you see in that one more app is there. I forgot the name of book. Name of app. There is a audio book app, right? I used to have that app. I don't know. I'm not able to recall the name. In India, we have Pocket FM. No, there is one app, audiobook app. Goodread is there. One more we use in India. I got it subscription in 99 rupees. I'm not able to recall the name, but yeah. So that's how you can think this, right? Okay, now that's select book is done. Now, what else? This what can you repeat? Yeah, 2 books. Remove the book. Right, correct. So for that we also need to add here a if condition, right? If condition like this, if okay, book id in self dot active book list, right? Then del or remove, right? So dot remove that book id, right, yeah. So this you will enhance, actually just to create a structure and basic code or something, then you can improve this. Yeah, it's good suggestion, right? Okay, we have selected a book. Now we can display the page and uh, turn the next page, right? What we want to display here, display page, or maybe display active page. Okay, self, first need to add self, display, they need to give a book id, then I will display this, right? Display the current active page of the selected book. I need a book id, right? After that what I will do is, from that book id I can print the details, right? Print the details, self dot books, okay, book id. I will take this book id, what it is saying, display current active page of the book, whatever book id you will give from this active page of the book, okay, dot pages, instead of book I need here book object. Then I need a book object, so book id and dot pages. Just a second, let me think first, then I will listen here, right? Your view, books, book id, that book will be there, and dot pages, we will have pages, and book dot current page. Yes, you are saying something, right? Please. So we can pass book id. Yeah, book id we can pass also. Then what we can do is, book id we can pass. Yeah, we can do this right now. Just keep this. First we run this, the basic structure, then we can optimize this, right? But first we finish this, right? Print. I think next page we can print from that. So I think return. I think we should return here. What we can return here, again self, whatever book they will give input for that book, what we can do is book dot next page we can call easily, right? Next page we already have, next page, it will return the next page, book dot next page, it might give next page, okay, but it won't display anything. If I'm doing next page, it is not displaying. How I display this next page? Then I need to, instead of return book dot next page, then I need to do the same way, right? Let me copy this. It will have a book dot pages, book dot current page, that I will print. here I can write next page. Yeah, I will take your all inputs, just be there. Let's just finish this next page, right? So I'm copying the same way here. Instead of next, it will be previous page, previous page, previous page. Okay, let's try to run this first. Maybe, yeah, it is correct. Now this is a book, right? This book is already created. Now what I will do is add code here. I will create a library. This library will take any input. No, just need to create one object here. Creating an object, library lib, right? This object is created. For this object, lib.add book. I'm adding the book, new book. Yeah, add new book. This book I'm adding here, right? B. Added. Book is added, right? Now let's try to do something with this. What we can do is here, add book is added. Let me select this book, right? Or what I will do is lib.books. You can see this 1 2 3 is your ID and this is your book object, right? Next what you can do is next is to check this active book. You can check it is empty, right? So lib active books, it is empty, right? Now what I will do is I will do lib.select book, right? Okay, lib.select book, but I need to give a book ID, right? So book ID, suppose this 1 2 3, right? So I am giving this book ID. Now if I will run this, now it is in active book. Okay, 1 2 3 is into active book, correct. Now I want to see its display page, right? For this book I want to see a display page for this book. Lib.display page B, right? Currently it is on current page. Lib.turn next page. Okay, one argument it required. One argument means it required book. Okay, here this self comma book. Yes, I was doing mistake here. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. Yeah, here I need to pass B. Okay, now you can see it shifted to page 2. Okay, similarly let me try this again. I am turning this page. This is by mistake happened. You can also write like this. You can see page 3. Now instead of this I will do turn previous page. Okay, so you can see we reached to page 2. Yeah, so that's how I created it. Of course there are improvements that we can do. Improvements like we are removing a book. Maybe our books is empty, so we need to check here that our books should not be empty, right? So we need to check here that book ID against the same way book ID into self.books, right? Tab, right? So this we can also check. Select book is okay, display book is okay. Yeah,